Dear 7th Standard LMD, this is Janet. We are learning about nutrition in human beings. In our last video, we studied about ingestion, that is, food is taken into a body through mouth. Now let us learn about digestion. The process of digestion starts in the mouth. The mouth is guarded by two lips, that is, upper lip and lower lip. Mouth leads into the buccal cavity. A tongue, teeth, and salivary glands are present in buccal cavity. The teeth breaks the food into small pieces of food. Chewing mixes the small pieces of food with saliva, that is secreted by salivary glands. Saliva contains digestive juices that help in the breakdown of starch into sugar. Saliva makes the food slimy so that it can be easily swallowed. From buccal cavity, tongue pushes the chewed food into throat called pharynx. During the act of swallowing, a flap-like valve closes the passage of the windpipe or respiratory tract and guides the food into the food pipe. If by chance food particles enter the windpipe, we feel choked or get cough. From pharynx, the food goes into a long muscular tube called esophagus. It measures about 25 centimeters in human. The walls of esophagus contract and relax to produce wave-like movement called peristaltic movement. These movements help to move the food down into a large sac-like muscular J-shaped organ called stomach. It is the widest part of the alimentary canal. Further digestion of food takes place in the stomach. The inner wall of the stomach secretes digestive juices called pepsin, hydrochloric acid, and mucus. Hydrochloric acid kills microorganisms like bacteria that enters with the food. It makes the medium acidic, which enhances effective digestion. Mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from the action of enzymes and acid. Digestive juice pepsin digests the proteins in the food to form simpler soluble substances. The stomach opens into the small intestine. It is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meters long. The partially digested food called the chyme passes into the small intestine. The upper part of the small intestine receives secretions from the liver and pancreas. The liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. It is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice which is stored in the sac called gallbladder located near the liver. Bile juice helps in the digestion of fats. The pancreas is the second largest cream colored gland located just below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice and releases it into the intestine. The pancreatic juice helps in the breakdown of carbohydrates into sugars, proteins into amino acids, and fats into fatty acids and glycerol. The partially digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine. The digestion, which starts in the mouth, is completed in the small intestine. The next stage is absorption. The process of absorption occurs in the small intestine. The inner wall of the small intestine has millions of small finger-like projections or folds called villi. Each villus has a network of blood vessels. The surface of the villi absorbs the digested food materials and passes them to the fine blood capillaries. Nutrients are absorbed into the blood present in these fine blood vessels. The chyme is then passes into the large intestine where water and minerals are absorbed. The next stage is assimilation. The absorbed food materials, that is, the nutrients absorbed in the blood, are transported by the blood vessels to the different organs of the body. The final product of carbohydrate digestion, that is glucose, is broken down into carbon dioxide and water in the cells with the help of oxygen to release energy. Here, Food materials are used to form complex substances such as amino acids, fatty acids, and glycerol. Amino acids are used for repairing worn out cells and tissues. Fatty acids and glycerol act as energy reserves and are stored for further use. The last stage is digestion. After absorption of water and minerals from the chyme in the large intestine, the undigested food becomes semi-solid. It is then stored in the rectum until it is removed through the anus. So that we have discussed the 5 stages of nutrition in human beings. Let us continue in our next video. Thank you.